Thank you for joining me today. My name is John Hoban. I'm the Territory Sales Manager for ICL Specialty Fertilizers for the Upper Midwest. I cover about 90% of Carlin's footprint. And today we're here to discuss incorporating fertilizer in the greenhouse as well as top dressing CRF in the nursery. This will be about a 15 to 20 minute presentation. We will start with incorporating control release fertilizer in the greenhouse and why you should consider incorporating CRF. CRF is far more efficient than water-soluble fertilizer. It can lead to more consistent feed and also improve environmental factors. Something to keep in mind, Europe has implemented nitrate regulation and California is moving in that direction as well. I don't think it's unreasonable to expect in our area in the next decade for discussions to be had on that topic. Fertilizer available to the plant after it leaves the greenhouse, so post-harvest benefit, as well as reducing fluctuations in root zone pH. So if you take a look at the chart on the right-hand side, CRF only is the pink line compared to water soluble only the blue line, and you can see the amount of nitrate runoff compared to CRF from water soluble. That spike at week 4 is most likely due to the starter charge though, so it wouldn't necessarily be that extreme in your system, but you can get the gist of what you're looking at. It is just not nearly as efficient as most people think it is. Leaching comparison. So looking between caliber colors and New Guinean patients, you can see the liquid feed on the low end in terms of concentration, anywhere from 1,000 parts per million up to about 2,000 parts per million in terms of leaching when it comes to water soluble. Compared to Osmocote Plus, you're looking anywhere from basically 0 to about 250 parts per million. It is just significantly more efficient use of your fertilizer budget. And looking at the cost comparison, so 20-10-20 compared to Osmocote Plus. On a per pound of nitrogen basis, 20-10-20 is far cheaper. But once you account for the usage, right, it actually comes out to about the same dollar-wise, or in most cases, we actually see it be cheaper. Big chunk of the reason for that is water soluble is really only about 35 to 45% efficient, and Osmocote's about 90 to 95. So in doing the calculations here, I took the low end and compared it to the high end. So CRF versus water soluble results comparison. CRF is going to produce for you a significantly more compact plant, often with more blooms. Okay. It also will help to reduce production times, and again, the availability of fertilizer for post-harvest benefit to your customers. Now, I get a pushback often from wholesale growers of, well, once it goes out to Home Depot or Lowe's, it's not totally my concern, right? I only need it to last that few days it's on the shelf. Yes, but what we've often seen is the plants with CRF, they're going to look better on the shelves and they're going to turn faster on the shelves as well. So in terms of options, there's several different options you can choose from. So Osmocote Plus 15-9-12 is what the majority of it is. Okay, we got longevities anywhere from 3 to 4 to 12 to 14 months. For the greenhouse, we're really looking at either 5 to 6 or 8 to 9 months. And with that 8 to 9 month, we also have what's called a low start option. That low start option, basically what it does is it reduces the amount that comes out in the first couple weeks, right? So it allows growers to pot up a little bit sooner and allow product to sit, right? And then get it on the same schedule as other product that's potted up 2 weeks later. Osmocote Bloom is our mini pro we'll talk about in a minute, and then blend is a bit of a cheaper option, but the results aren't what you're going to get with Osmocote Plus. So rates vary widely. And we base it for the most part on total nitrogen. Bloom is a little bit different, but when it comes to Osmocote Plus, it's really based on the total nitrogen. Rates range anywhere from 1.5 to 18 pounds. For greenhouse rates, it mostly varies anywhere from about 2 to 2.5 up to about 8 pounds. Okay, so it's important for you to discuss with myself or your local Carlin rep what rates are appropriate for your operation. So Osmocote Plus, 5 to 6 month and 8 to 9 are our two most popular options for this well-balanced nutrient blend and provides consistent feed throughout the crop cycle. Osmocote Plus Low Start is what I discussed briefly. So in the first 6 to 8 weeks, you're looking at a lower release of nutrients, and that dates back to the chart we talked about on the first couple slides, is what the theory of this is based off of. So in those first couple slides, we talked about how CRF is still not quite efficient in that first 6 to 8 weeks. Low Start helps you to cover that. So Bloom is a really exciting product. It is a mini prill, so it's 1/7 the size of standard Osmocote Plus. It's basically for pot sizes about 4.5 inches and down. Okay, we also have the shorter formulations that grower really like, the 2 to 3 month. There's also a 5 to 6 month formulation as well. This is a Bloom trial that was done in Texas. You can see in the picture the amount of blooms that Bloom produced compared to liquid feed is significantly more, right? This also reduced production time by about 25%, ending in significant savings for both fertilizer, water savings, labor savings. You know, at the end of the day, it really helps your bottom line. This is another trial that was done in Illinois. Again, bigger blooms. You can see kind of a more tight, compact plant, quicker turnaround time. The crop actually finished here 2 weeks earlier, leading to less heating costs, less labor, less water, and a quicker return on investment. If you're getting that plant out the door, you're obviously not sitting on the money as long. So I'd like to remind everybody the ICL Testing Lab is available for your use. Soil test, water test, media test, tissue test. So if you're interested in incorporating CRF, what we look at is the water test primarily and determining rates. I have a video out that explains how we go through that process. That video is also on Carlin's BuyerFest internet portal. And then consultation, we'll discuss all the results, look at any adjustments we need to make, and see how we can help to improve your plans. I will stop here for any questions. Topdress in the nursery. So what to consider when choosing a Topdress? So goals: am I growing this crop all season? Am I looking for a quick turnaround to get this out the door? Climate, very important, not just season length, but does your area stay cooler in the springtime and warmer during the fall? And this is mainly directed to people along the lakefront of Lake Michigan. Longevity, it is good to lean towards longer longevity to cover the heat of the summer. Okay, so if your season is only from April to October, 6 months, you're thinking, oh, I just need to use a 5 to 6 month product. I'd hesitate to say that because of the heat in the summer. Generally speaking, we would lean more towards an 8 to 9 month in the vast majority of our area for nurseries. And then composition, right? Are we looking at a blend, a homogeneous product, right? Blends are going to be a little bit cheaper, but aren't going to provide you the results that a homogeneous product will. So Osmocote Plus and Osmocote Bloom are the two homogeneous products we have that we discussed in the previous section. So we'll skip over this. Blends is really what I wanted to touch on. So available ingredients include resin-coated nutrients, Micromax and Step High Mag, which are two micronutrient products, Poly-S urea, which is good for cooler climates to get the nitrogen out a little bit quicker. Emax urea is a little bit better for cooler climates as well, but it's going to provide more of a consistent release than Poly-S will. Quick Start is unprotected nutrients, quick green up. You know, if you're pulling in product for wholesale and trying to flip it out the door in 3 to 4 weeks, the Quick Start products are what's best for you. Fusion, we're going to touch on a little bit more, so I won't discuss it here. And then IBDU is a nitrogen source. Now, IBDU is becoming more scarce. It's getting harder for us to locate, so the price on it is starting to rise, but it is still a very good, reliable product. So Osmocote 1969 Fusion and 20-4-7 Fusion. Fusion is a plant-safe gel that, when watered, helps to stick fertilizer to the top of the soil surface, reducing the chance that when pots tip over, the fertilizer spills out. This, in the long run, reduces the cost of growing by reducing both labor and product cost. So when we look at the cost comparison for Fusion, it's a fantastic product. Got some poly-S urea in it, got some resin-coated nutrients, as well as some Micromax. Okay. When we look at the initial price on the bag, it kind of scares off a little growers, off a little bit because it is a little bit pricier. Well, once you take into consideration the fact that you're not going to have to send guys out there to replace that fertilizer in a given year when we get some bad storms like we get here in the Midwest, it pays for itself instantly, right? I mean, on a given year, we're looking at anywhere from 30 to 50% in terms of pot spilling over. This fixes that right off the bat. Now, I will say, if the soil comes out of the pot, I can't fix that. But as long as that soil stays in place, when the pot tips over, the fertilizer will as well. So we look at blend options. These are our main blend options: 18-5-8, okay, 18-5-12 quick start, right? So that's for the quick turnaround guys. 23-4-8 an Emax urea product. This is great for tree production. 19-5-8 is a poly-S plus micros product. It is really good for along the lakefront for staying places that stay cooler in the springtime. The spoons. For application, we have lots of spoons. If you need spoons to put down Topdress, let me know. I'm happy to send anybody interested in trying Osmocote or already an Osmocote customer some spoons for your operation. And again, I want to reinforce the availability of the testing lab. Soil, water, media, tissue test. We can discuss all the results, see what direction we need to head, what things may need to be changed, what practices may need to be changed. You know, there's a whole variety of topics we can discuss to help to improve the quality of your plants or the efficiency of your operation. And that is all I have. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you have any questions, please give me a call or drop me an email. And I look forward to speaking with you. Thank you.